Hey, Mark Shepard here, honesthypnosis.com, markshepard.com, markshepherdsongs.com, drumsongstory.com. What is going on? There is a process, a shift happening in me, and I don't know if it's happening in you, but it could be as well. It seems to be a shift of being able to chunk up and seeing, oh my gosh, I do storytelling, I do songwriting, I do visual art, I do hypnosis, I do NLP, I do coaching, I do therapeutic interventions with people. I mean, I do a lot of different things, but what is it really? What is it really that I do? And ultimately, I chunked up to transformational communicator, right? I'm all about transforming, right? But the thing is, I don't need you to transform or change in a certain way. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being able to empower you to transform your life, to lead the life you want, and that's significant, lead the life you want in a way that is magical, that is spectacular, that is effervescent, that is you being filled with joy every day at the wonder of being alive. You know, that's what it's all about. It's not about becoming a billionaire or a millionaire or losing a certain number of pounds or getting into a certain level of physical fitness or finding the one and creating the perfect relationship. It's not about what we think it's about, right? And the average person who goes in for hypnosis wants just life to go back to being the way it was, right? But unfortunately, the healing process is about moving forward. The transformational process is the healing process. And everything we are doing as we begin to work on ourselves and step outside of the box of our current awareness and look at, oh my God, there's a pattern. This is how I fall in love with members of the opposite sex or members of the same sex or whatever it is you do. This is how I do that, right? I focus here, I look there, I say something to myself or some mixture of those, feeling a feeling, noticing some energetic connection, whatever. There's so many different things, but it's a process. And it's a process that once you begin to take charge of it, once you begin to take responsibility for the fact that whatever you're creating in your life, you actually created. You did. And it doesn't mean it's not perfect. It just means that the suffering that you may have felt or may be feeling, the frustration, the anger at being stuck in your painful place, that is perfect. That is perfect because without it, we would not move forward. Without the pain, without the struggle, without the suffering, we would not be called to be better than we were, to be more than we were. And so we have to accept that. That's the acceptance piece, where ultimately you take everything as a gift. Even if it may take you a few moments, minutes, hours, or days to get back to the place of, oh, geez, everything in the past that has ever seemed negative has always moved me forward in a quantum leap to where I really want to be. I wouldn't be here today if 2008 I hadn't lost everything, if everything hadn't fallen apart in 2008, if I hadn't moved 4 or 5 times since then, if I hadn't been homeless, if I hadn't attempted relationship after relationship that somehow ended making me feel miserable, right? Oh, who was doing that? I was. And even though I resisted it at the time, looking back, it is the most incredible gift that I was ever given. So the challenge in all of this is to retrain our minds to be able to get to that appreciative gratitude place, even in the thick of the worst of it. And when we do that, we realize all of a sudden this is a movie. This is a story. This is an energy field that is self-aware, that is trying to discover what it is even doing here. what are we doing in these bodies, right? And I want you to meet your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is really the interface between you and your body, the animal of your body. As poet Mary Oliver talks about it, the soft animal of your body. This is a community of cells that somehow is able to move and respond to thoughts. And sometimes it responds to things that are outside the field. There are other fields. There's a Labrador Retriever lying there in the chair, in the hypnosis chair. I see a dog, right? She's beautiful. She's my friend Mike's dog. And she's gorgeous. I started thinking about her the other day as an energy field, right? The canine Labrador Retriever energy field is an energy field that has found a way to interact with our energy fields as a species. I mean, really, what does this dog do? This dog doesn't really accomplish much every day. She sleeps most of the day, and then she wants to go out for a walk and to play fetch. You know, and yet she gets a full free ride. We feed her, we groom her, we take exquisite care of her. And ultimately, she wants to follow our lead, follow our commands, right? And she is literally your unconscious mind and my unconscious mind. And but she's an energy field. Your unconscious mind, your body is literally an energy field. And your awareness, this who am I, we don't know. Who are we? That seems to be a separate energy field that somehow is connected in and hooked in to this body and can move it. But when it's time to go, when we die, we leave this chunk of energy behind and we are released from this bond. So ultimately, hypnosis is about learning how to run the mind and the body together, right? And it's not that big a deal. It's literally dog training. It's animal training, right? I don't say to Layla, the lab, I don't say, don't come if I want her to stay. I just say, stay. If I want her to come, I don't say, don't stay. I say, come, right? That's how we need to communicate with our unconscious minds very clearly in positive terms, focusing on what you want, focusing on what you're grateful for, literally programs your unconscious mind to give you more of that. It's a pretty cool deal. It's simple, but it takes practice. And I dare you to put it into practice today. Be grateful, focus only on positive things, and look back on your life and see the hardest times of your life and reinterpret them as necessary for you to grow and get to where you are today. Or whatever's going on in your life today, do the same thing and go, wow, this is necessary. I'm going to look back on this and see that this was perfect, right? It's a challenge. I know it's easier to just go, oh, right? It's easy to complain and feel bad and feel sorry for ourselves. This is the challenge. When you want to master your mind and your life, you have to reinterpret the things that seem negative. You have to reinterpret them into something that is useful, that literally is necessary, meaningful, positive, and empowering. And you do that with a conscious decision to choose your thoughts and to reinterpret the world, right? So that's it for today. This is a big one. I don't know if you're up for this challenge or not, but that's what's going on. It is all hypnosis. And it's about you training yourself to be the most incredible being that you can possibly imagine yourself to be. Man, are you in? I want to do this with you guys. Come on, let's do it. All right? So I will see you on the inside. Mark Shepard, honesthypnosis.com, markshepherdsongs.com, markshepard.com, drumsongstory.com, Transformational Communication. Together we can change the world. Talk to you next time.